What's up? Come on in, Focus Daily TV. Today on Focus Daily TV, we'll be speaking about the Southern Secession, at least the truth of the Southern Secession. Here on Focus Daily TV, we speak about biblical prophecy and how it applies to right here in America. Now, if biblical prophecy ain't your thing, maybe you should flip to another channel, another station. I don't know. But here on Focus Daily TV, we're representing God, the God of the Bible, the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. I know you see these titles referring back to American history, but that's the point exactly. Right here in this land known as America, not the corporate designation, but the land itself, it is the biblical holy lands, the lands that the Bible speaks of. And the children of God just so happen to be those of copper complexion, just like myself. But yeah, Southern Secession, the truth behind it. The bankers wanted to bring in this new fiat system. Andrew Jackson mixed them up and got in their shit real quick, and they wasn't able to do it. So what did they do? They walked out and brought an end to the original charter that was given to the foreigners in order to do business in this land. And once they did that, what's known as the shadow government appeared. So let's get into it. Southern Secession. Put your discernment caps on. Let's go.
November 19th, 1860. A most gloomy day in Wall Street. Everything at a deadlock. First-class paper not negotiable. Stocks falling.
So once again, Andrew Jackson wouldn't allow these bankers to bring in or recharter a new second bank. So this brought the government or that former government to a standstill.
George Templeton Strong.
In New York, emotions were no less explosive, and George Templeton Strong, a conservative lawyer who distrusted Lincoln, began to keep track of events in his diary.
The bird of our country is a debilitated chicken disguised in eagle feathers. We have never been a nation. We are only an aggregate of communities, ready to fall apart at the first serious shock.
Translation, they were just a chartered corporation that was allowed to do business. The banking organizations were attempting to take over the government. However, once again, Andrew Jackson put an end to that. In comes Abraham Lincoln, and he inherited a government that was at a complete standstill once Congress walked out of proceedings in 1861 and brought a halt to that first charter.
When Abraham Lincoln was elected president, there were 33 states in the Union, and a 34th, free Kansas, was about to join. By the time of his inauguration, 5 months later, just 27 states would remain. The suddenness of secession took everyone by surprise.
Yeah, I know they told you it was about slavery, debt slavery if anything, but actually it was about the battle of the bankers. The bankers were attempting to completely take over this land, and Andrew Jackson brought that to a halt. And in response, the Southern state, Congress members that is, who were actually just lawyers under oath to the Crown and the Vatican, walked out, and the original federal government ceased to exist. And now we find ourselves under a complete, illegal, military shadow government.
South Carolina led the way on December 20th. A bell in Charleston told the succession of departing states. Mississippi on January 9th. Florida on the 10th. Then Alabama.
That's right. Here on Focus Daily TV, we're bringing the true story of history, not the Disney Channel rendition of history, but what actually happened and why it happened. It was over battling the bankers, the money changers. Hit that like button, subscribe, support the channel, Hashtag Focus Daily TV. Let us move on.
Georgia, Louisiana. In Texas, Governor Sam Houston was deposed when he tried to stop his state from joining the Confederacy.
Let me tell you what is coming. After the sacrifice of countless millions of treasure and hundreds of thousands of lives, you may win Southern independence. But I doubt it. The North is determined to preserve this Union. They are not a fiery, impulsive people as you are, for they live in colder climates.
So Sam Houston, or this guy representing him, had an inkling that this was not correct. Texas was ready to stand up and do the right things, interestingly. Go Texas.
But when they begin to move in a given direction, they move with the steady momentum and perseverance of a mighty avalanche.
Texas left anyway. Even Virginia, the most populous southern state, birthplace of 7 presidents, seems sure to follow.
All the indications are that this treasonable inflammation, secession...
So it wasn't that the state or the people of that so-called state wanted to walk away. It was the Congress members who, once again, were nothing more than lawyers who took an oath to the Crown in the Vatican, to serve the Crown in the Vatican, despite of the needs of the people. The lawyer's oath is a little tricky because it's masked in linguistics and legalese, but wasn't nothing much more than another form of witchcraft.
Unitas keeps on making steady progress, week by week. If disunion becomes an established fact, we have one consolation. The self-amputated members were diseased beyond immediate cure, and their virus will infect our system no longer. George Templeton Strong.
Apparently nobody wanted to speak to the direct cause, the battle against the bankers. But here on Focus Daily TV, we here to let it be known. Hit that like button, subscribe, support the channel, hashtag Focus Daily TV. If you are just tuning in for the first time, go check out a few of my previous episodes so you can understand what I mean about the bankers, the money changers. That's what we do here on Focus Daily TV. We speak about the bringing in of bond women and bond men as it is biblically spoken about in Deuteronomy, and the selling of men's souls on the market as spoken about in Revelations.
The Charleston Mercury. The tea has been thrown overboard. The revolution of 1860 has been initiated.
After South Carolina seceded, the handful...
So, if you're keeping up, who started this revolution? Was it the people? Was it really truly about so-called the enslavement of the black men? Or was it about banking?
Handful of federal troops still stationed in Charleston withdrew to Fort Sumter, far out in the harbor. Their commander, Major Robert Anderson, said he had moved his men in order to prevent the effusion of blood.
Don't go nowhere. Just here on Focus Daily TV, you just have to listen. The information will present itself, but you must have your discernment cap on. Pray to the Father, the Heavenly Father, that you have that discernment so you can understand the information that I'm presenting. Well, that's pretty much it for today. Appreciate you tuning in. Subscribe to the channel. I need to get my subscriptions up. Hit that like button, and I'm out.